know like I know what he's done for me. You don't know like I know what he's done for me. Yeah. You don't know like I know what he's done for me. Oh, you don't know like I know what he's done for me. Good morning, afternoon, and evening. Welcome to my channel. This is Fame the Gentleman here. What's good with you? How you feeling? I would like to say to you and those that have been watching, I love you so much. I really do. But I wanted to enlighten you upon a few things if anybody has any questions about that. I have been going through transformations in my life. And at this stage, maybe about this time last year, I had just started like painting my fingernails different colors of the chakras. At the time I was going through, my heart was really just broken. And so I bought green, I bought orange, I bought yellow, the chakra colors that I could find at the store. And it was green, orange, yellow, and I don't think I had red yet. Oh, and I had blue, like a turquoise kind of a blue. And I wouldn't sit long enough for my nails to dry, because I would be thinking like, oh, and I would paint it, and then I would sit there and be like, okay, I can't sit here, and I would just go do something. Before I knew it, I'm messing my fingers up. So then I would paint a different color on it. Lo and behold, over time, I realized that it was artwork that I was creating unconsciously. I started to see like pictures on each nail, and I'm like, wow. So I was like, don't ever be afraid of what you think is a mistake. There was a time, during that same time, I had something in me did not like, if I spilled something on the floor, and I lived by myself, so if I spilled something on the floor, if I like dropped something, I didn't pick it up. I left it there. It doesn't matter, like, cause it was almost like it came out of nowhere. Like I would be doing this, and then that would fall, and I'm like, I'm already pissed off. I don't have time to deal with this, so I left it. I left it. But something was telling me like, it's okay, let it be. So I left it there, and it ended up being like different stains on this floor, from like this wall all the way to about that one, and it drew a picture of a man. Kid you not. And I said, oh my God, who am I? What are all of my talents? Just unconscious drawing? Unconscious artwork? I wrote letters on index cards, and I would just write it differently, and I would write little, whatever I was jotting down, something in me was just like, just write it big and different. And then I wrote it in like blue and black ink. Months later, I'm looking at the picture sideways, and it's a whole cartoon, like a comic strip, and it's all words written. Yeah, very serious. And that tripped me the fuck out again. And I was very proud and happy with myself, because I knew everything happened for a reason. Indeed, even the spills or the things that you'd be like, ugh, don't even get upset about it. Everything happened for a reason. And when you like, I started with my hair like years ago, when I stopped cutting it, because I didn't want to, like, I wore like a short haircut, like waves, like 360s. And at the time I was building up myself with some knowledge, and I couldn't look in the mirror and tell any difference. So I needed to see some difference, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things about my fingers. Like I needed to see that I was there. I remember why that's there, and I remember being there. So yes, I needed reminders, because there was nobody, going around, Robert, remember this, Robert, remember that, like a person. It will all be in here. And then, especially when you're called to like a leadership position, or you're called to do something major like that, it almost feels like before, how am I trying to say? Basically, what I'm trying to say is that's the best thing to do is listen to your intuition. But somehow I was battling with my intuition because some things that I had grew up with, like issues with growing up and me being me, like this, like me doing that, like, my mom will come in and be like, you can't paint your nails. Why you do that? Why you gotta, like, you don't need to do, or you acting too feminine, or you need to not fix that like that. So I was like walking on eggshells trying to be somebody different growing up. And what changed all of that is when I had this vision. I had an outer body experience, and I asked the lady to pray for me. This is around the time I told you that my heart was broken. This was December 2020. I asked her, I said, please pray for me. Please pray. Because I just, I don't even. I never felt that feeling again. But when I had the conversation, I found out that everything I said was heard, and I had a response. Every feeling that I put out, I had a response. From Source, from God, from my angels. And they had been talking to me the whole time. I finally had a face to put with the voice that I heard. Many faces, many eyes, many faces, and really bright. It was like everything. I was terrified. I was like, am I in hell? He said, no, but I can show you if you want to see. I said, oh, I'm good. I said, oh, I'm good on that. Oh my goodness. And then I said, he just looking at me like he wants to give me, like, whatever I asked for, it was going to happen. There was no questions asked about, what did your mom tell you to do? What did you grow up with? Like, it wasn't like, what have I told you? Didn't I tell you about this? Or you should do this and you should do that. It was not like that at all. It was very much, very, very, very much. Jesus. All I'm trying to say is, right now between me and this computer screen, that vision was closer to me than that. Like, in my face and in here, there was nowhere to hide. I couldn't hide in here. Everything in here was exposed. So there was nowhere to hide. So I was able to dig in, and I brought up that feeling, and I said that yeah, like he knew exactly, spoke in my language with a sense of humor. I was laughing. I was like, you're actually funny. And I saw like a lot of, there was a lot of feminine energy. And I just started to understand, like, oh my God, that's why I'm like how I am. And why I want to just breeze through and flow through, and why I like just knock down the mirror, my bad, but why I want to be like that. Why it happened. I understood. So I gave him that feeling that I didn't want. And he said that, and I said, yeah, I don't want to feel that no more. He said, okay. And it was gone. I never felt it again, okay? That feeling. Still in that mode, though, where I'm seeing beyond the veil. When I got up, because I asked, like, who I was talking to. And he gave me an answer. And the answer that he gave me, I started to feel like I've answered it too much with my own thoughts. You understand what I'm saying? But when it finally dawned on me, basically what was happening was I wasn't realizing who I was. And so he showed me who I was. I walked this way. I wasn't in this apartment. I was at a friend's house. I walked like out of his dining room and into going to the bathroom, but it ended up leading to the back door first. No mirror, but I saw my reflection. And I saw I was completely gold. I was covered in gold and diamonds. And my feet, it was like I was an angel. And the wings and the feathers and all of that, it was all metal. And it was pure gold, and it was bright, and it was shiny, and it was gorgeous. And when I looked at my face, I was like, it's in my face. Like, you can see that. I'm like, do people see that all the time? No wonder they, something I couldn't see. And I went home that day. I bought a wig from Party City. I had bought, what else did I buy? I bought makeup, like eyeliner and eyelashes and little things like that. And I wanted to get done up and shit. Because it was something in me that I would do for fun when I was a kid. I would cut the mop's hair into like a bob and take Kool-Aid and dye the mop's hair like purplish and red. Now they ran purple and red like it ain't nothing. I mean like purple hair, because it was grape Kool-Aid and tropical punch. And Mama couldn't find the mop chat, but when she did, it had a bob. That mug was sharp too, okay? Listen, that's why I can do these locks like that, because that was practice with the mop hair. All those years, it was preparing me for my future. I had no idea. I would go and put like towels on my head and like do my hair and like dance in the mirror and, all of that stuff. I'm ruled by the planet Venus, okay? Jesus, my chart. So I'm like, okay. Then not only that, it's just confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation. But it's like there's nobody else that can tell that story but me, because it's my story. So you can't look for somebody to tell you your story. Although, I don't know how I'm trying to say this. There's certain people who are well learned, or they've been through those transformative experiences. It's like when the timing's right, it will happen like that. Like it'll be like a mirror experience, or you could see your shadow and see who you are beyond the veil. I mean, it was crazy. So after I left from his house, I came home and I just kept feeling like a bird. Like I looked at my feet and I was like, man, these are talons. Like these are talons. Like I'm part bird. Like I realized all of the bird-like features that I was having. And I kept thinking, I'm like Scorpio, the eagle. And I'm like, wow, I've turned into an eagle? I really have. Oh my goodness. And at the time I had a ball python whom I loved, and his name was Ghost, which is spirit. And when I got him, I prayed and asked, because at the time this is when my heart got broken in 2016. And we have made it a long time, Chad. Oh yeah. I mean, it's like I'm trying to not get too emotional because it'd make me flutter. Like it's real, And Ghost was in that tank moving around, and I walked in there. I said, God, show me the one that's for me. I walked down there. I said, where are y'all ball pythons? She said, they're down the side. I said, okay. But I kept feeling like it's straight down the aisle. So you walk straight in and straight down the aisle to the right. I walk in, here he is. Now I'm coming this way, he's coming up like this with his head up, okay? Like this is his body, this is his neck, that's his head. I have only seen a cobra do that. So I was interested. And then, if that was not enough, he went on the highest point in there. They have a little hide that they had, a big old, it's a tank full of ball pythons. And he went on the top of it and stood up and did that again. And I was like, him, I want him. And he was a ghost morph ball python, and they named him Ghost. At the time, it never dawned on me that like ghost and spirit are the same thing. But I just knew that God directed me to that because I needed love. And I needed to love something that was uncommon to love. I needed to find a connection that was not typical. Like, okay, yeah, you get a dog or a furry pet or something. Of course you want to cuddle with the dog and stuff. But like, can you cuddle with a ball python? And I did. And little son did. And my example of it, I really have to tell you, because when you mention snakes, it kind of comes off as a derogatory comment. And as, you know, the days go forward with the Black Lives Matter, all I could think was, this snake represents to me a black man in the U.S. society, where you have to get to know them before you can trust them. Or just how, yeah, like just judging off of the you know, you see somebody, you see a snake, you want to run and scream. You see a black man, you want to run and scream. He's too big and he's scaring the fuck out of me, Chad. That white woman act like I was going to fucking kill her and her baby, and her husband was with her. Now, this is the deal. That's what I was thinking when I bought them, okay? And what I found out was I actually was able to connect in a way that other people didn't believe I was able to connect. And they were suspicious, and people looked at me like crazily, even family members. Okay, well, y'all don't know that, damn it, I tried to kill myself 2 weeks ago. Thank God I couldn't find the damn knife, the little razor, the knife that I was trying to find. That was right there. It disappeared. It was not there. It had been there. It was a box cutter, okay, from work that I had. It was sitting there. I wasn't going to use it to kill myself when I put it there. But like that particular night, I had been thinking about it, and I was so angry that I knew I couldn't do it. But I was like, since I'm so mad, ooh, I can, because I had just gotten into like a car accident. And I was just so mad that I just started I hit the floor. I ran red lights. I ran stop signs. I was trying to die, okay? I was like, Lord, let something else happen. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. Let something else happen. Let's go. And then, you know, of course, somebody's in the car with me. I had to laugh because, baby, okay? So then, you know, trying to calm me down and stuff, and oh my goodness, we jump out the car, and then I'm like, where's that box cutter at? Okay, I'm not gonna hurt you, but where the box cutter at? And I'm looking, it should be right here, right there between the seat and the door. It's not there. Can't find it. So, I mean, literally, okay? Guess what? It wasn't under the seat. It wasn't in the door pocket. It was right there. When I had calmed down, when I was not in that same mindset, when I was not in that same place, I found it. So it disappeared and appeared right in the same spot. That was all during that time period. So those people didn't know what ghost meant to me. They didn't understand that he meant a reason to live. He meant someone to care about. I thought I was losing everything. My family, my life. I didn't give a fuck about nothing else. My family. Not my ancestral lineage, my family. The Wilcoxes. That was very, very much of a struggle. And ghost was the reason why I found joy. I'm collecting myself. Okay, so we went through that. I come home. Excuse me, that was 2016. Bring y'all up to 2020. So I come home through this door. I even moved out of the state I was living in and everything. I changed my whole life around because I couldn't do that. I actually had to go through it and change, okay? So I come through this door. I'm like, I look like a bird. And I had on my wig and shit. You know, hey girl, you couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me. You could not tell me that I was not fucking sexy as fuck. Because every time I looked, I was like, you are so beautiful. And I was like, I look like my God. I was like, I never talk about nobody that's supposed to be a transsexual or whatever. I won't never speak bad about nobody like that. Sometimes when I do things, I'm doing it because I have to fix something that I did before. I had to put myself in those shoes because I had to answer my own call. So I couldn't really be looking around judging everybody else. I really couldn't even judge myself, because what am I judging it based off of? What's the criteria? Because here I am face to face with God, and he's not telling me or asking. I mean, we went through death. We went through everything that I did, everything, okay? We went through everything. It was like I went through the grave. I was around a whole bunch of dead people. I had been having some really out of this world epiphanies and dreams and things, and just stuff that I'm not going to tell you all about yet. But at that time, whew, baby, it changed my life. So I came in here, walked around a little bit, and you know that the wig was on, and I felt good. And I just kept standing there, and I felt so loved. Like, I mean, I felt loved. I felt warm. I felt like, ooh, I feel good. I felt like home, and just, God, I felt like, Robert, now when you go back into your life, don't let nobody tell you shit about what you need to do to please God. That's when I found out that that straight and narrow path is your life and your path to walk. See, in order for all of us to be walking on the same path, you would need a wide way. How many of y'all walking in a single file line? Actually, I learned so much about snakes and about life and how everything is really built very serpentine. Traffic, that's one big moving snake. Trains, that's snake. That's serpentine. Like, snakes are everywhere, even in the healing of the consciousness, okay? And I also remembered about Moses when the children of Israel needed healing, that the snakes represented healing and wisdom. And it was like you either need a snake or a cat. Because I was going into like spirit, okay? I was able to communicate with my snake telepathically. He would talk to me and I would talk to him and he would respond. Not only had I been talking to these angels my whole life, but I was able to talk to animals too. Still am. That tripped me out. Whew, Lord Jesus. So I just want to say right now, this is the Temple of Truth, Sacral Chakra, Throat Chakra here. Tenderness and sensuality, be seen and pushed through. This is encouraging me right now. I needed that. And I also need to see this, healing the lineage and realizing what my actual boundaries are. See, it's a lot wider than I thought, and a lot more that I can actually do within here to do the outer work out there. And this whole last year, ever since, I'm getting a little chilly now. It was hot for a minute, but ever since then, my life has really just been different. It's been way better because I said yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's no other side of that for me. That's what side I'm on. And it feels real rotten not to be on that side. That's all I'm tell you. So thank y'all for tuning in and watching. But like, people ask me stuff like, even with just the nail polish, and I'm telling them, okay, so that's what I want to say as well about like, how did I get to really, because I told you I bought the colors for the chakra color. Now, how it became more really symbolic and more spiritual for real is when I looked at who I saw, and I saw every color. I saw every color. I mean, every color. And I thought to myself, I was like, he created everything. I mean, everything. I mean, everything. I mean, everything. You know. And when you look in nature, you see all of the different colors, and you see that the males are the ones who stand out the most. See, male and female and masculine and feminine are different things. Because you can be a male and be feminine. You could be a female and be masculine. That's just energy. It's just the way that energy goes. But the strongest energy is feminine energy. So when I was like, I looked in the mirror because I was sitting in my chair. I felt like I was a director on the stage, on like a set. And I had my legs crossed and I sat back and I just happened to look over to the left. And I saw this mirror. And I said, I look like my God. And like when I turned my head, it was like, that's right. You stay focused. And I did. And it's like, you know, people, whatever, you know. I wasn't trying to fit in or trying to get anybody's approval no more. I didn't feel like, honestly, I needed anybody's approval anymore. The point of the story is it's healing, okay? And also embracing the sensitivity and the uniqueness and living with grace. And also releasing the karmic. That's when I found out where my karma was. Like that. It was no more 10-year karma, 15-year karma. Or like, you know, you do something. It was like if I cut somebody off in traffic, before I got to the next 5 or 10 minutes, somebody was cutting me off. Sometimes it'd be before I got to the next exit, somebody would cut me off. And I'd be like, okay, so I know exactly what to do. And so I said, ooh, this is good for me because I could just be me, child. I could be loving. I could be kind. I can be sweet. You know, all of those things. I can fight the good fight of faith. Instead of fighting with each other. So as I've been going through this transition, I am finding out that, A, it's all in here. It's all in here. This is everything that I do is me. It's not foreign or weird for me. It's me. I actually prefer to say wired, connected. I'm wired, like tethered, wired instead of weird, because I'm wired. I'm connected. I have a cord that I'm connected.
What up, though? What up, though? What up?
Well, now I'm back. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So yes, if you all have been watching, you have met Victoria. That's when Victoria was born. 2020 December, child. So technically, she just came grown. She came fully developed. I like her a lot. And honestly, I prefer that it's really more like her and I. This water is just, you know, water. But I prefer if, you know, pronouns or whatever, I prefer you to say they, them, and theirs, because it's us and we are. It's like my left, you know, the left brain controls the right side. The right brain controls the left side. Well, my left and right brain, or right and left brain, other way around. Right and left brain, child, don't be too confusing. That ain't confusing. You can keep up, child. You can keep up. So yeah, when you have that in there, they're together. They're working together. They're not in a fight. They're in an agreement. They're at the table having a good time. My sun and my moon are sextile each other, meaning that they are on a harmonious date all of their life. And there's that inner joy. That's that inner peace. That's that inner self. One other thing is I hold my head very high whenever I'm in Victoria because of the victory and the relationship harmony. The Archangel Raguel that helped me that day. Still with me. Oh baby. I'll be driving down the street sometimes And I'm like, you are here. You're looking at me. I'll never forget that one time that I walked outside and saw a shooting star or a meteor or something come out the sky, like, come from way up there, and it just like fizzled out. And then there was a star that was like here first, and then it went back that way. And I actually had to go west later that day. And it's like the star went to prepare the way for me before I got there. And also the interesting thing about seeing that vision of the meteor or whatever, it really actually happened, was I was in the house saying I want to go to the store. And I was going to just walk to the corner store. Some reason I don't know, like at the time, I'm not knowing that I'm going to see this meteor at that time, okay? But I'm just in the house, and something just keeps distracting me that I don't leave. And then I was almost about to get irritated with myself, like, you said you were going to the store. You never went to the store. Make sure you do what you say you're going to do, Like, I was just going off on me. And I'm like, This was well before the vision that I had last year too. That's when I would really beat up myself real hard and everything. Like, oh God, I stopped doing all of that. Well, anyway, by the time actually I stopped that night because I realized why I couldn't leave the house yet and why everything happens the way it does. I was like, yes. So I said, Robert, baby, you're gonna have to focus on that. Because that's stronger than anything else. There's no reason for you to be out of place. You're in the right place at the right time. So be there. That's the synchronicity of it all. And when I happen to go, and also I happen to be looking to the right, something was telling me. Sometimes it moves me. I just move. Oh, now I see why I look this way. Did you see that curtain just flicker like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like little things like that. You notice? Well, let me tell you something. I ain't by myself. It's a mouth right here. You see the lips? You see the chin? Okay? And it's smiling at me. So back to the thing. That's just a little bit of my testimony, child. All right, y'all. I am fulfilled. All right, Spirit. I'm calling on the knowledge and the wisdom of Hathor. Hathor. Yep. Yeah, Hathor wants me to talk about this, okay? Inner Earth, star blessings, serious star blessings, in the Temple of Truth. I'm going here real fast. This S-I-R. What is, yeah, S-I-R. Here we are. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Sirius is the brightest star in the sky and was of the utmost importance to the ancient Egyptians. In fact, our new year was celebrated as the coming of Sapdet, the goddess queen of Sirius. As during the last week of December, Sirius can be... It's my other baby. Okay, welcome. The Sirius star system. Okay, let's see. Okay, as during the last week of December, Sirius can be found high in the sky between midnight and dawn. The Sirius star system is a home of a race of humanoid beings. That's what I believe I was looking at, the Sirius star, because it was a very bright star and it was the only one that was there. Amino. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope you do. Yeah. Y'all get what I'm saying. Only one that I could see, you know. It's believed that these beings can be contacted through spiritual practice. Tuning into them can enable us to receive high-frequency spiritual downloads. This card draws the bright light of Sirius and the support of Sirian star beings into our world. When it comes to us, it helps us find light in moments of darkness and uncertainty, and to continue on. If you feel strongly connected to Sirius and its star beings, it's likely you're connected to them on a spiritual level. And if you take time to locate the star in the sky, you might even have a sense of coming home. Finding an image. Okay, so if you want to connect to that, find an image of Sirius online or look at the... You about to get... You're just knocking my stuff down. Okay. Imagine a great beam of light coming down from it and washing over your being. Know that the electric blue frequency will be supporting you as you move forward. This message comes as a gateway with the giant yes. It brings energy of wishing on a star. This is a time for you to move forward with any projects or ideas that you have felt called to carry out. There is an energy of positivity, abundance, and excitement surrounding you at this time. Whatever dreams you've been revisiting recently aren't dreams, but premonitions. Know that whatever you're connected with on the inside is soon to be something you will be experiencing in the physical. So think about what you desire instead of what you fear, because you will manifest your fears. See for yourself. See yourself celebrating as your wildest dreams have come true. As you do so, Chad, as you do so, you'll be creating the perfect energy for them to manifest in your world. Chad's name was named Chad before I got him. I kind of spoke him up when I was on that one video. I was like, Chad, not Chad. And then later that week, I found out I was getting kittens. I was like, oh, thank you. And I always wanted an orange cat. I was like, if I ever got one, I would get an orange one. And lo and behold, they had my kittens. Thank you very much. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. So yes, that is very true. So basically, when I saw what I saw that day, remember what I told you about the light? What I saw that day, it was in the same part of the sky, the shooting thing, and the star that went from here to there. And also, one night, I was hearing so strong that everything that I wanted to come, that I wanted was going to happen. And I saw this huge, huge fire. A truck was on fire. And it was the biggest fire I had ever seen in my life. And that fire it was the continuation of when that meteor came, because the meteor was on fire. And I was like, is it about to land and go boom? And it didn't go boom. It just went, it fizzled out. And I said, wow. Did you see that? I'm like, what? I don't have my camera. And I said, baby, don't let people put that in your mind. Because before you ever had a camera phone, you had a photographic memory. and a tape recorder memory too. Perfect verbatim. Because I'm listening. I'm not even thinking. I'm just listening and recording. So when I saw that meteor that never touched the ground, when that truck was on fire, that was the meteor touching the ground. And I was like, oh my God, all this stuff is coming to truth. All of this stuff is coming to truth. It's coming to pass. It's coming to pass. So, and then ironically, I just shuffled, okay? And when I was sitting here talking, I shuffled and pulled out these same 3 cards. So that is definitely a divine message, okay? Baby, I'm not afraid no more. I would get like the chills and stuff like that. And, I'll start screaming because I'll be, it's like I could see like how you ever seen those little films where it's like the piece of film or something went wrong and it went like this and it got bigger and it was a whole new world, a whole new thing. That's pretty much where it was like you could drop the illusion. Like in the Bible where they say he's going to crack the sky, you will realize like what's in front of you really ain't even in front of you. I mean, oh my goodness. That's when I was really getting into like understanding the matrix and things like that from a very esoteric and spiritually downloaded way. And ironically, my numbers were all over that movie. All over it. From my birth time to my life path number. To people telling me I look like Neo, the singer. God got away, Chad. God got away, Chad. I need one of them fans so I can... God got away. Well, so now on our inner earth, I want to read about that. Inner earth. And I want to do that connection, okay? The base chakra, also known, this is where we lay our foundations at, strength and security. Also known as the root chakra. Is found at the base of the spine and is the energy center that governs our connection to the physical world and all of its lessons. It's the card that transports us to the energetic gateway that connects us to the planet and everything that we have learned during our many lifetimes here. We are given a powerful opportunity to root down and claim our right to be on the planet, to claim the truth that we ultimately are safe. In this image, there's a gateway below a giant tree. This realm is called the underworld. This is the spirit realm visited by shamans journeying to collect energies, meet guardian beings, reclaim parts of their power or the power of others that have been left behind. Know that if you are searching for parts of yourself, you have the opportunity to find them and build stable foundations. You have the right to feel grounded, safe, and secure. So place both hands palm down on the space between the top of your pubic bone and your belly button. Visualize yourself with your back against a giant tree that is anchored deep down in the heart of the earth. You are becoming fully aware of what you need in order to feel safe and fulfilled on the planet Earth. Know that this is part of the divine plan for you to be incarnated upon this planet now. And although at times you have felt unstable or that you have lost your way, ain't they so sweet? You've been building up momentum to where you are today. You are in a space where you can build powerful foundations, a space where you can lay out exactly what you need, who you need, and what you need to do to flourish and grow. You have the opportunity to reclaim parts of yourself that you've buried deep within and reclaim the gifts that you've abandoned. If you are starting any projects or thinking about taking up something you hold that you had on hold, now is the perfect time. The seeds you are planting are sending roots deep into the Mother Earth. You are held and supported. And now let's go to our throat chakra. Yes, I will sing continuous praise. I wrote that down in there. On the seraphims. Yes. Singing your name in the heavens to unlock the power of your own voice. Know that you are safe, and for you are being held by the presence of love. The seraphim are witnessing the glory of your being and activating your angelic qualities. You care deeply about the welfare of the planet and all of her beings. In fact, you are hoping to make a great difference in the world. And the reason for this is you are carrying angelic light. Let it shine on the world around you. Okay. The Temple of Truth. One of my favorite pictures. Oh, yes. The truth. No, that's right. The throat chakra is found between our collarbones and is an energetic center that governs everything to do with communication and self-expression. Whenever we have to speak up, raise our voice, whenever we have to just get our emotions out, it's activated. We'll often feel this space is clogged up energetically. It needs to open because we feel a lump in our throat or even a lump in our heart. This card transports us to the Temple of Truth. So that's what was happening when I was going through that problem. It was like I was holding something in or cutting something off that I thought I wasn't supposed to do because of like conditioning or training. But I found out that that was just bad training and bad conditioning. This card transports us to the Temple of Truth, the energetic gateway that supports our truest form of expression. The image shows that this is a bright, airy, open space with flowing water. This represents the emotions that run through us. Emotions are powerful messengers, and if we don't attend to what's needed to come out or through us, they will build up, and before we know it, we'll be overwhelmed by them. Now, excuse me. When you are brought to this space, you are being reminded of the importance of your identity and your self-expression in this lifetime. Acknowledging who you are, who you've been, and who you are becoming is so important for the unfolding of your path. Now, the reason why I was going to say, in the time that I was, those were like old teachings. Some techniques can last a lifetime. Some of them is more than one ways to skin a cat. Place your fingertips on either side of your collarbone and breathe towards your throat center. Visualize a doorway opening or a portal forming that allows your energy to flow freely. Your truth is your truth. It is important for you to honor every facet of your being. This isn't the first incarnation where you have felt the importance and honesty of honesty and communication, or honesty and authenticity, but it may be the first in which you've had full freedom of expression. This gateway to you today is a message that there is something buried deep in you that you haven't expressed. And this is causing energetic blockages on your, wasn't that in the reading earlier? Yes. It's a time to love yourself enough to honor the feelings that are rising up in you, for they are divine guidance that will bring you into greater alignment. That's on page 155. That's the number of 11. Revelation, master number. Thank you. Thank you very much for this. Okay, now let's see the chat. Knocked down over here. Prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get motivated and organized Only love is real. So have peace from knowing that. Every facet of you deserves to be acknowledged. Every facet. There are no limits. And again, this is the relationship harmony. Archangel Raguel. He's active right now. I let you in, Archangel Raguel. Work on my heart. Work on my mind. Indigo child. You have a bond with children in particular. You can help children who are sensitive. Pay attention to the ideas and thoughts that come to you as they are answered prayers. Clear recognizance. Okay. There was a time that I I'm just thankful. Okay. For loving me. Thank you. Ooh. Don't know like I know what he's done for me. You don't know like I know what he's done for me. Yeah. You don't know like I know what he's done for me. Oh, you don't know like I know what he's done for me.